Hey everybody, it's Rob Nazarian at Talk Android, and we're going to take a look at the Galaxy Note 2 here, do a little hands-on on some of the features of it. First, let's take a look at the body and compare it to the original Note. It is actually a little taller, but it's not as wide. And it's a little thinner. I believe it's 9.4 versus 9.65 millimeters. So, and there's a lot bigger battery in the new one too. I think this one had a 2500 milliamp, and this has a 3100 milliamp. But it's obviously this takes on the cues of the Galaxy S3. Looks very much like it. This took the cues of the Galaxy S2 with the exact design of the Galaxy S2, and this, obviously with the Galaxy S3, with the inspired by nature. This is the titanium gray version, and so as far as the outside goes, other than the size, I mean, you really wouldn't tell a difference between this and the Galaxy S3, but obviously it's a lot bigger with the 5.5-inch display. Also, the S Pen is a little different too. Let me take it out here on both phones. The old one was a little thinner and a little shorter as well, and also the button was a lot more visible on the old one. This one, the button is not as easy to hit by mistake. I found with the old one you would sometimes hit that button by mistake. So this is a little thicker as well, so it's just a lot more comfortable in the hand. Both of them obviously fit nicely in their respective phones, and there's a nice little slot right there, and it goes in beautifully. In fact, I bet you there's a lot of people that you could give this phone to, not tell them that the S Pen comes with it, and they wouldn't even know for I don't know how long. The displays are very similar. Right now, this is gingerbread is on this one, although with TouchWiz you can't really tell all that much. I didn't upgrade it to the ice cream sandwich at this point. They just pulled it out of the archives. The display is not turned up as bright on the old one, but they're pretty similar. This is a 1200 by 800, and this is a 1280 by 720. So a little different with resolution and with the bigger screen, but I think it's a good trade-off. It's also a better display, as it's a year newer. Samsung obviously upgrades their displays. So, let's take a look at some things here. Now, when you take the pen out, one of the new things that happens is you go right to this page here, where you can go in and it's assuming you want to get right into doing an S Pen, and you can see there's a lot of different options for different types of things like recipes, meeting notes, and things like that, and there's a list of all the ones that are saved on there. So you can, for example, go into this recipe here, and it's telling you that you can go ahead and add an image in each of these areas, and then you put your text down here and all that good stuff. So that's pretty nice. If I go in here, it actually shows me the full example right there. That was page 2 when it opened up. So there's a full recipe right there of blueberry cupcakes. And so that's exactly the kind of things you can do here with the Note 2. It's all very similar to the original Note, but there are some extra options in there. So let me also show you a little things before I get into the Note features. Let's take a look at what's called Air View. Now that one, I'm going to go into an email account here. This is a dummy email account that I use, so you can spam it up all you want. I don't really care. So I just wanted to grab something that I could show you online that I don't really care. So this is all spam emails. As you can see, there's no friends here emailing me on this. You can take your pen and hover down, and when you hover down, you get information without actually tapping on it. And right there, I'm hovering onto the part there where there's actual an email, and you can actually read ahead without tapping into it. So that is pretty cool. This one's not working. Interesting. That one's working. So generally it works pretty good. Now this feature also works in other areas as well. Like for example, it also works in the gallery. So if you want like say here screenshots, I can take a look quickly at some screenshots that I have. Those are actually clipped images, not even really a screenshot. There's a couple of screenshots there. So over here I don't think there's really any folders. So basically it's going to show you if there's more pictures in there. You can also create albums too, which is pretty cool, and move images into albums, which is really nice. This is also another view of to look at your pictures, which is pretty cool. A lot of different looks. That's all TouchWiz there. Alright. Now, if you want to take a screenshot of something, let's say you're going to go to the browser here. Whoops. We'll just go in there. And alright, there's Talk Android. And let's just say you want to take a quick screenshot of this. You would hold the button down, just like the original one. You hold the button down and push down, and up comes up an S note here. So you can actually go ahead and save it, or you can do some editing here. And actually cropping out is a little bit easier now too. You can hold the button down and draw a line around it, and there it's showing you what you did. And that'll actually save it right to the clipboard. So you saw my screenshots there, so that's already going to be available to me. So now we'll just go ahead and save that screenshot the way it is. Now let's say I want to come in here and go into an S note. We'll go in and create a new one for now. And so we got if I go in here, I can tap image, and you can see you can take a picture, you can add images, record video, add video, grab from the clipboard, and grab from maps. So right now we're just going to grab from the clipboard, and there's some images that I use. So there it is, it's already available to me. So now it's going to load it right in, and I can go ahead and move it around. I can increase the size, I can tilt it any which way I want. So that's pretty cool. Now, most of the features here are the same as far as brushes. You know, you're going to just go right in, choose which one you want, and what type, and you can thicken it, thin it, change colors easily, and just go ahead and write whatever you want. You want to erase, you can do that. Now, new that we saw in the Galaxy Note 10.1 is some different features here. Productivity mode, and you can do shape match. So I can draw a crooked circle, and it makes it a circle. You know, there's a triangle. Well, it actually just, if I draw more triangle-like, it'll clean it up better. Well, even that, okay. Let's see. There you go. So it cleans up whatever you're doing now. You want to erase stuff. Easy, no problem. Let's just go back to here. If you want to do handwriting recognition, so if I wanted to go here and type Rob, it goes ahead and puts Rob in. And formula match, if I want to do, 2 plus 2, there it is. And then you actually end up doing a search for the answer. It's kind of weird, but is a little awkward, that whole formula thing, but it is there for anybody who wants to use it. And okay, you can also type in as well in your notes. You can, pretty much do what you want there. And one of the other things also that's going to be coming, and this is the AT&T version, so it doesn't have it, is multi-window support. So you'd be able to have an S Note here, say on the bottom of the screen, and an internet browser or gallery on the top of the screen, and you can drag and drop things. That'll be coming with an update. I can't show you that right now, but that's something that I believe if you hit the back button, hold it down, you'll have options to open up another app on top of this. Now, let's say you're doing, let's just go here and you're in the internet and you want to make a quick note. You can press the button and tap twice, and bingo, an S Note comes right on top of the screen. So you can quickly, while you're doing your browsing, you can take some notes. So that's pretty cool, and you can move it around. So I can do whatever I want, write whatever I want, move it around, and then save it. And that's a pretty nice feature. And then close it. And let's go back to the gallery again. There's one thing I didn't mention there. Let's say you've got a photo and want to go in here and I want to look at this. If you remember the old days, you could everyone would write notes on the back of photos, mostly names, the year, whatever. There you go. I just flip the photo by adding note, and I can write what I want. What is this? Okay, I don't know. 2012. Whatever. So you can do whatever note that you want, and you're done, and it will always be there. Of course, this is something that you'll only be able to utilize if you own another Galaxy Note down the road. These are things that are proprietary that Samsung and other companies are trying to do to differentiate themselves. So so that's a cool feature. Now, as far as the camera goes, let's get right into that. Where are you? There it is. It's very similar to the Galaxy S3. There isn't a lot of different. Let me just put that in front, so at least in the settings, you have your usual stuff here, your effects and all that good stuff. If you want to do burst shooting, and over here, you can do all the different effects, like solarize and all that good stuff. And over here you can have it choose the best shot photo for if you take burst shots. It'll tell you what it believes the best photo is. Best face, I think, is new. That one will let you, if you take a group picture of whatever amount of people, it'll actually in a sense take a burst shots of everybody, and then what it will do is you'll get a yellow box on the top of each person, and you tap each person and look at the choices of faces, and then you can choose a different face for each person and then save the photo. So that's really a quick way to edit. It's really taking like say 5 or 6 images and then doing what you want and just changing the faces into the ones. So that's pretty cool. Face detection, that's normal stuff. Panorama. The share shot, which is the feature to share photos with anybody else with the Galaxy S3 or Galaxy Note 2. Of course, HDR mode and all that good stuff. So, that's all common stuff that we've seen in the Galaxy S3. And there's your auto flash and all that good stuff. So, so that's pretty much, a pretty good overview. This is Jelly Bean, so I would imagine some of the features on here are going to end up on the Galaxy S3, but obviously not the S Pen type of stuff. So that is, the little bit of a difference. So, in any event, that is the Galaxy Note 2. It's some of the features that it does offer, and it's a pretty cool device. I still battle in my mind if this phone is really popular because of the display size or the S Pen or both. And there's a lot of things you can do on this phone. Just so many things that I think the average consumer is just not going to know that they have that capability. And even on the S Notes, if you create all these S notes, you know, what are you going to do with them if you switch to another phone? You're not going to be able to utilize them, so you're going to be forced into the Galaxy Note line. You know, and then you got to back them up somewhere and save them. It's just a lot of things there that is cool, but I think ultimately it's the display size that's really selling this phone. The people who want a cool 5.5-inch large phone, large display, something that's in between the tablet and phone. I know some people call it a phablet. Some people get upset with that name. Whatever, but that's pretty much, you know, what it is in a nutshell. It's a really nice phone with a very nice display. You got to ask yourself, do you want the large display? And also, if the S Pen is something you're really going to use a lot, is it something you're really going to utilize? And if that's the case, then this is the phone for you. If not, you get yourself the Galaxy S3 and call it a day and save $100. It's a niche market is what it is, but it's selling very well for that niche market. So anyways, that's the Galaxy Note 2, and you know, check out our written review as well. It's definitely a really cool phone. It's available on all the major carriers in the United States and all over the world. So check it out. So thanks for watching. This is Rob Nazarian with Talk Android.